the GP, like the Azir, you don't necessarily need the Jhin, even though Jhin is a champion that we don't necessarily see too much right now, because it's all about the hyperscaling. Jhin. A lot of the tanks.
Oh, good charm, actually. That could just be GP dead, able to survive thanks to the Tangerine. Does have another barrel to go down. Can't really do too much. Great. Little shuffle back just to try and get the rest of the team out of dodge. And I think that fight is pretty much donezo. Nice little finish up there from the gangplank, but this fight has just gone really, really bad for Team Poland.
Yeah, they've lost everyone but their gangplank. And again, I think the question here is, does your Jhin provide enough sustained damage to take down multiple targets? And the answer so far is no. Even though Team Turkey here is not necessarily very extremely tanky, it's just the fact that Jhin is mostly there for all-in champions to do the work for him, and he's pretty much a space controlling AD carry in the bot lane. But right here, because you have the front to back happening for you with the Renata, the Azir, the Shyvana jumping in the front line, you probably need a little bit more sustained damage. But seeing now the scores as well, 0-5 for Jhin, 8 and 2 for the Jinx, I'm thinking that it was mostly not a very favorable laning phase to begin with.
Yeah, I think Zynot's taken over this game a little bit on the Jinx.
You can never dodge the Zynot, Bubba. He's too big of a, you know, he's got the fan buff, I feel like.
There's a bit of a diffy in the jiffy as well, though, because you got a 4-0 Wukong as well, so that's also very scary because he can buy a lot of space for the Jinx, and that's what you want. Is you want your Jinx to have breathing room. That front to back, it's literally where Jinx excels, and once she starts to get the resets and just runs around the fight at Mark 1, it's really hard to actually handle that, and this Jinx is going to be able to get those resets easy as well.
I'm not going to blame that Shyvana in this game at all, because this Shyvana still seems to be an absolute monster. Has the gauntlet right there, has the demonic, has the anathemas as well. So that Shyvana is pretty huge. I think what you're missing right now is that AD damage, because you saw that the gangplank got chunked from an Ahri instantly, so no AD damage from the gangplank because you had to hover around. And then you only have AP damage coming in from your Shyvana and your Azir, which is pretty easy to itemize against, since you can zone away the gangplank or even threaten to kill him with the Ahri, and then your Jhin is not providing too much AD, right? So I think it's mostly itemization that might be hindering the damage output coming out of Team Poland.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're actually going to take a look at the other perspective here as we go back to the Rumble. Roasted. Not going to be able to pin down the Azir, unfortunately. A little bit too slippery with that Shurima shuffle. Able to slide and glide away. Again, it's the minimap. We changed where the minimap is. I'm like, what's going on with the minimap? And then start reading chat.
Bring back the raccoons. Where the raccoons at?
They're probably going 0-5 at the moment. Let's be real.
That wasn't Team UK.
That was Team UK.
I knew you would say it because of that. I knew it. Come on, have some faith, Heatbrain.
Yeah. I want to see Watley on the TK. Like, he's a Tahm Kench player. We haven't seen him on it yet.
They must have just been banning, right? Because
I'm assuming,
players are allowed to ban here. Like,
Man,
there's no
honestly,
way in the world that Zynot is not playing Samira or Kalista if they left that open for him. You know, like, he would just insta-lock that.
And honestly, they're both very prominent in the current meta, actually. Both Samira and Kalista, especially Kalista, actually. Because even though you have, like, this hyper-scaling AD carries towards the late game, Kalista can still literally take over the entire laning phase. Is still probably, if not the best, one of the best early game AD carries. I think actually when it comes to early games, she's probably the best right now. So even though everybody's picking their Phyllises, their Jinxes, the Civis, the Zeris, Kalista still somehow manages to be banned.
I guess it's also maybe dependent on what their support's capable of playing as well.
Yeah.
If you've got someone who prefers the enchanters and you're capable of playing the Jinx, you're probably just going to lean into that Jinx as well.
Yeah.
This is something we do see. Someone might be a main on a certain champion, but that champion might not synchro up well with their support, and they're the ones who are a little bit more capable to pull out something, a little bit more flexible. So it might just be that they've got like an enchanter main in the support role, so they go, okay, let's just look for your Aphelioses, your Jinxes, the champions who pair up really well with that. But then I guess Zeri as well is an option. But again, we didn't see the bans, unfortunately, so we're not entirely sure what they took.
Yes, Neon.
You threw me for a loop there. I was like, oh, I did get it wrong. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Do you know what though? I mean, Jinx is in Valorant, so like we have weapon skins that's from Jinx's weapons. So
no way.
We also have the blade
Which
of the
guns?
Ruin King. One of the knives you can buy in the store is Viego's sword. Like you can literally buy that in Valorant. You just walk around with it.
And what are the Jinx guns?
We have you know her shotgun from Arcane, the little like the ones that spins on her finger. We have that. You can buy that as a sheriff skin. Oh my god, is he lagging or is this us? Okay, Italy versus Mina is coming in here for League of Legends. They're just doing the Baron here. There's a Blitzcrank!
Oh, there is. There's a Yasuo as well. Actually,
okay, we're playing
nice
Diana, Yasuo, set, Blitzcrank. That Yasuo is set for life here to teamfight. All this Yasuo has to do is bring their hands off the keyboard whenever they see one of their teammates press any button that can provide any knock-up or CC. They just press R and they finish the game. Obviously, I'm joking. Their teammates still have to land the CC for the Yasuo to press R. But I'm not joking about the fact that Yasuo has to do is press R, because we all know, and we all don't like Yasuos.
It's a very enabled Yasuo.
Don't hate the player. Don't hate the player. Hate the champion.
Is it bad that I like Yone? Is that
Yone's
acceptable?
Yes. No, Yone's worse. I think Yone's Yasuo on easy mode.
Yeah, but I don't like playing against it. I like the character. Like he's sick.
From a design point, I like them both. I like them both actually from a design and lore point. My problem with them is their play patterns. It's actually the bigger problem. And they actually have got that Yasuo nearby. If you get a good Moonfall here, there it is. They don't close on the Yas. He goes a little bit too early off a Blitzcrank grab, and that is an absolute slaughter of a team fight over the wall as well. Is that extra dash in the Diana, and I think this might actually be close to game end here. Jinx able to round out that 4th kill for the team, and yeah, the GGs are going in chat. That was super crisp from Team Italy. Really, really nice stuff.
You just know that this team is perma-banning Yas from now on. Like, they're just gonna insta-ban Yasuo for the next game. This is one of those games that you go through, you're like, oh, I don't want to ever play against Yasuo ever again. That was like me with
This is the fun part. So this is the fun part. It's like, you go into the next game and you're like, oh yeah, I'll ban this champion, and then another one pops up, and then another one. Oh look, guys, it's Zeri!
Oh, Zeri! I even picked it up now.
It's Zeri.
No, Spain is winning though, quite strong, to be frank.
I mean, they are on their defense side now, so UK probably have a chance to get back into this, I feel like. And Black is popping off on Omen. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
He's doing super good.
Actually, Starwave could put up a notch, but it's fair. First game of the day, right? That is something that happens in competitive play as well as in regular play, where your first game is going like, yeah, I'm asleep, I can't compete. But the British side is 4 rounds down. And also what I just saw on the scoreboard, Noodle is not having his best performance, unfortunately.
No.
It's really sad to see.
This is where he comes online, though. This is the attack side, so I'm expecting him to do a lot here. And that was a really early double satchel down with all. I was Scream-esque.
Yeah. Well,
down C-Long, his kingdom on raid.
I see what you mean. At the same time, the combo was good with the Paranoia, so they at least cleared out properly. Now let's see where the focus of the British team is, because the Spanish side is ruling out as much as possible.
I love their set pieces. They always have these little quirky set pieces that they do. Yeah, Black is just so aware. He's a great Omen player.
Yeah, they're really annoying because they're permanently aggressive, and I think that can be very, very annoying as you are running into a team that should be defending actually, but they do somewhat quite the opposite. And his flank could be so crucial. Finds the one on screen, makes it 2. Spike is on the ground, and that leaves it with more and more problems.
Flo doesn't have too many options to res either. I don't know where he is, but well, there's his war, so he's probably on site.
Yeah. They're a bit afraid, right? He could be elevated everywhere, but he seemingly used it just for clearing out one spot. Noodle is dead, and only the Sage remains. Nobody knows where she is. Back in the corner.
What a retake.
12 rounds secured. It's looking good.
That was all black. That was all black there. He got 2 of the most crucial kills so far.
True.
In that round.
And I mean,
he's having a great day.
For me, it looks like when you take a look on the left side too, Germany already won versus Nordics. They're up 5-0.
Wow, already?
Yeah. It seemed to be a quite quick game.
Deutschland are having a great time in Valorant.
They're having the time of their life.
And they don't even need God B. There's more German players that can actually do good outside of God B.
Nah. I'm not gonna lie to you. Never doubt Gob. Okay, he's the Gob father for a reason.
Gob will be proud of this result. I feel like.
Yes, I would like to see him there as a coach, you know?
Yeah, we'll get him to react, you know? It's not like he's busy playing another game or anything. We'll just,
Krass, Jungs, das habt ihr gut gespielt. Something like that.
Is that what he would say? Hey, you need to come up with a little chant, hashtag.
Yeah, I have an idea already. It would be 1, 2, 3 Germany, inspired by Focus.
Like 1, 2, 3 Focus?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3 Deutschland?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 Deutschland would be an option.
What's 1, 2, 3 in German? Because I feel like it needs to be in German. Yeah,
but, write down the numbers. Yeah, you can't.
Okay.
You know, it works. Like you also would say 1, 2, 3 Focus. So, you know. I think though it's pretty much over for the British side, unfortunately. 5-2 advantage. 5 versus 2 advantage. A flank coming in. And Black's finding another. He's very disciplined in his fights, right? They're really coordinating it. They're not overextending or anything. Noodle is going to be finding him at least, but yeah. There's the big vamos. The very deserved vamos indeed. Good one.
Wow, that was a clean start from Team Spain. They needed to pick up that win here, especially in the double round robin. We've been seeing a lot of Valorant and League of Legends already this morning, and normally we'd be going to break, but I think we're going to hold on for a bit and check what is happening first. Would you believe it? I wonder what's happening with TFT. I kind of want to know.
I think Zest is really wondering as well, because she was like so eager to start casting his first TFT game at the start.
Where is TFT?
Yeah, he's like, where is it? I'm like missing it already. We actually think you do miss it, Zest. Pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, it has been my favorite game so far. It is the right kind of action that I need. But you know what? We're going to see it. I believe we're going to see it.
Yeah, but before that, we're going to take a quick look at a League of Legends replay here. Obviously, we brought you guys 2 games earlier. It was Turkey versus someone, Mina, I think it was. Oh, this is the end.
It's League. Yeah, it's ending, isn't it?
Well, I do see an Elder Dragon, so yes, I would be pretty positive that this game had already ended at this point.
Yeah, that was a pretty crushing victory. I mean, if you get Elder, the game is like just impossible to teamfight into. Like, you have to be significantly far ahead not to lose if the enemy team have Elder. Like, that's just a crushing blow, unfortunately, for that. It was Turkey versus Mina and Turkey versus Poland in League.
Turkey versus Poland, I'm pretty sure.
Wow, well, team, the Turkey fans are going to be very, very happy with our result. A quick dub from the beginning. And we're also going to jump into a game between Team Spain and Team France. I believe this was another replay from... Oh, no, not a replay. We're just going to go straight into a live.
That looks live.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Ninja on the Rek'Sai. Actually, it's been a while since we saw any Rek'Sai. Obviously, we saw it at the NLC, but it's a very niche kind of champion. You're either a Rek'Sai player or you don't really bother going that way, I'd say.
Yeah, no, this champion's got like a lot of character potential though, especially with the more recent builds. You know, these lethality builds. The Prowler's Claw here for Elo Ninja means like, he will one-shot someone if he's given the opportunity as well. He's got that edge of night.
Okay, now one-shotting someone is not as easy, especially if you look at the... Because I'm looking at the tab. Whenever he tabs, I'm looking a little bit and I'm seeing 6 zeros, 8 zeros, 8 twos.
Yeah. Okay, well,
so I'm not sure how far behind they are.
In theory, it's easier to find those one shots, but when you're behind like this, I mean, this is the life of playing any kind of like assassin, right? Like if you're behind, assassins feel super doomed to play. I mean, when you've got the
5-second silence for all the lost assassins after durability patch.
I'm in pain. I'm in constant pain after that.
Oh no! Right. So I think actually this game is pretty difficult to finish because you have Sivir, Yuumi, and Veigar in your team. You've got tremendous wave clear, plus the fact that you have an Ornn and you start getting ornaments. So no matter how far ahead the opponent team is, if you sit in your base and you wait for them to come to you, eventually they will misstep. You'll pull the trigger with the Ornn and somebody will die. Because I'm looking at the opponent team and they have like very situational engage. They've got a Gragas, a Viego, if I'm not wrong, and a Swain. They don't necessarily have like very hard engage, so it's just very difficult to just stand underneath your tower and actually take it, especially when you have that much wave play. So there is hope for Team España here.
Yeah, but the Baron just went down. I was about to say they had no vision on it. They obviously saw them on that top side of the map, and now just running in, the tower does go down, sure, but Ninja is gonna have to run away because Baron buff into we don't have the time on the dragon, unfortunately, so I'm not sure when that's coming up.
Oh, we have Ornn TPing in. We might see it fight right here.
Oh, this is going to be hard. There's the Viego, actually. I'll have to get a bit of damage and force him to Heartbreaker over the wall. Sendo needs to play like a frontline role here, but the flanks are coming in. Oh, the flash cask! That is such a rough start for the side of Team Spain as they are being brutalized here. And this, with Baron, is probably just going to be game. The state of the map, the state of the game. Yes, you still have your Sivir alive, but you have to hold versus a whole bunch of Team Spain, and they will be able to make easy work of the Kitty Cat and the Sivir. Cat's going to go down as well. That's at least most of the base taken.
Yeah, remember we said if you sit underneath your tower, they don't necessarily have any hard engage to reach you. But right there, you see the Gragas pretty much threw his HP bar to try and split up the fight. So you don't really have any front to back with the Veigar, the Sivir, and the Ornn. Ornn was in one place, Sivir was running the other way, Rek'Sai was dead. So really nice stuff right there.
Yeah, super nice. They are going to respawn. There is a Baron push coming into them, so I expect them to lose probably all of their inhibitors here. Although there could just be a solid push to end it with the stagger death on the Yuumi and the Sivir. There's a bit more time where Team Spain are just down players, and that's going to be a dead Ziggs. Easy pickings. Probably
that's a Veigar, but sure.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
both Yordles, sure.
Yeah. My screen's a little fuzzy. I'll be real with you. My screen's a little fuzzy. I didn't see exactly who they caught there. Oh, the Sivir's actually kind of... Oh, don't worry. I was about to say, Sivir's untouched and then gets Dravened.
And
did I hear that right?
Did I hear this correctly?
Did I hear that?
Zesh?
TFT.
Oh.
Finally, Magnus Carlsen versus Hikaru Nurai. Favorite game. Sorry, go on.
No, tell me what's going on, please.
Okay.
What did you learn yesterday? Go on. What did you learn?
I'll tell you. So first of all, you have to set the DPI because it's very important to have the right movement speed. So that's the first thing. Second of all, we need to take off mouse acceleration because otherwise we will definitely have a problem with muscle memory and the consistency in that. Really big thing.
Okay.
That's quite crucial. I mean, I've learned that very often. But we're, there over time. It's the most important thing. For the moment, we're waiting to press one of the 3 stones. I say Double Trouble sounds the coolest. I know how you... Never mind. Hey, I don't know anything. I tried. And it looks right now we have 3 dudes standing on a board. And a bit of a...
Don't you think the far right one looks like Sova?
I think the far... Yeah, a little bit. I wanted actually to say that this little flying ball looks a bit like the ghost from Super Mario. Oh yeah,
it's cute. That's the little legend, right? It's cute.
Yes, that is the little legend. That's the default one as well.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, the River Sprite. Yeah, I actually forgot the name of the default one.
Thank you, Max, to our producer for telling us.
Yeah. I don't know. But this is we actually haven't been able to see a TFT game at start at like 2-1. I think we normally join around round 3 is where we've been joining a lot.
Is this the finals though?
we're on the finals day.
Yeah, this is the bottom 6. This is the bottom 6.
Right.
That we're sorting through. I don't know how many rounds they got to play, but we're gonna do bottom 6 first, and then the top 4.
Awesome. And we get to see the game from the very beginning as well.
Yeah,
so we get
nice.
to see how people handle their economy. And usually Earth's grab bag is so worth it, because usually in a lot of the carousels, you might get to pick up another spatula. For the people who are not familiar, if you do combine 2 spatulas together, you get a +1 unit on your board. The amount of units on your board correspond to the levels, the amount of levels that you have. So level 4 on your little legend is 4 units on the board. So if you do manage to get a spatula combined with another spatula, it's called a fon, and it allows you to get a +1 no matter your level. So every time, whether you're 7, you'll get 8. If you're 9, you'll get 10 units on your board. And I think that's the maximum, if I'm not wrong, Hiprin.
You can technically get as many as you get fawns, even though they're actually not called fawn anymore. They changed it. It's Crown of Champions now. No, Crown of Champions is the shimmer scale one. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. Tactician's Crown. Tactician's Crown.
Tactician's Crown, yes.
That's the double spatula, basically.
Because it used to be
unit.
Force of Nature, didn't it?
Yes, yeah, it did used to be Force of Nature, but they changed a couple of things. Like Nico's are now actually champion duplicators. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's a little orb, and it lets you basically place it on a unit, and then you get a copy of that unit, which means you can upgrade it and either get like an extra level one, or from there. Now, looking roughly at the items, we could see either this kind of transition into a Mirage game, or potentially some kind of mage game. You've got the
I'm going to help you a little bit. I'm going to help you a little bit here, Hipbrain.
Mirage.
I think she has already decided in the top left this is going Mirage Deja, because she's got the comp showing.
Wait,
so,
you actually have a Mirage Spat as well.
Yeah, you've got a Mirage Spat, which means that technically you can take one of the weakest links out. But right here, because you want to play 5 Cavaliers, 1, 2, 3. Well, 4 Cavaliers and 6 Mirage, that's what you're usually going for. But the problem here is that if you want to get 5 Cavaliers, you might be able to get one from a tome or... Wait, can you create Cavalier? You can, right?
Let's go.
Oh god, yes. It's yes, you know, it's
the chain vest.
Chain vest
Yes.
Spat is Cavalier. Well, I guess we'll see here if they decide to go
Cavalier
for
Yasuo is absolutely broken.
Yeah, I guess like items will be very dependent on what they decide to pick up here on the carousel. I think right now it's just a matter of slamming good items though, because typically you don't really decide your comp until a little later into the game. What you normally do, this is about managing your economy, getting yourself to a point where you can hit either a dragon or a strong 4-cost unit, and then you get some direction. So yes, the Archangels somewhat limits the builds you go. You're not really going to be building Xayah Corki with an Archangels. You know, you can still look to put that on a couple of the different dragons. You can put it on something like a Aurelian Soul later as well. So I think for the moment it's just playing a strong board, getting some decent items, probably not slamming that spat yet unless you really high roll like some good units that you could then turn that spat into some of it pairs up with them. Yeah. And you see the Shiv actually getting locked in as well. And the Shiv typically is also a very solid early game item. The Magic Shred late game is all right, but you obviously have that Archangels to kind of negate that in a way where you get extra scaling options as you move later in with that. But this is very much just slam the strongest board you can now, save as much HP as you can, and then just play to try and get some extra levels in. You can see already hitting that level 5 mark. There is a chance you hit a 4-cost or a dragon, only a 2% chance, but if you get those, at that point you get some direction to you, and then you have something to play with here. So seeing the power of the Shiv there, able to make this honestly what looks like it'll be a 1-unit loss, because that Heimer will get the stun off. But that was a very, very solid loss there. Only losing by 1 unit means you save a ton of HP, and that makes all the difference later.
I'm lucky.
And also Cavaliers is also one of the strongest early game compositions, because with all the resistances built up, it's really hard to shred early on, especially if you don't have the right items. Of course, you don't have the right composition. As you mentioned, you're making sure that you're saving as much money as possible to try to make your economy better. Obviously, quick reminder, me and Hipbrain are TFT enjoyers, not TFT experts. So We're making do from whatever we know from